Alright guys, we are here, and I am not here to do a showdown live like usually do. Instead I am here to discuss and show off my Season 4 draft team, and then go over my schedule briefly. So first up we have our S tier pick, Latios. I was pick number 14. I expected this one to be gone. Uh, just it's got really good, obviously it has really good stats, solid def, amazing speed and special attack stat combination. Can use a lot of different things. I don't think Soul Duel. Oh, Soul Duel is around, so I can use that basically as a stab booster. It has access to a lot of things. It can run Draco, Grass Knot slash Energy Ball, Earthquake on the physical side for things like Heatran, Ice Beam, Psychic, obviously, or Future Sight, Psyshock, Surf, which is good water coverage, Thunderbolt, uh, Thunder if I play a rain team, which I'm not sure if I do, I haven't really checked through it, Aura Sphere, which is good for fighting, for dark types, for rocks, for steel, things that were otherwise hard to hit. Shadow Ball, obviously, that's a air slash, which I'm not sure if it had before, but that's good for some coverage of some mons. Mystical Fire, which is really good. It means things like Spooky Sizzle don't get to come in on you and just wall you. Uh, it's really good. And then of course you have Luster Purge, which can lower the opponent's def. So there's a lot of things I can try with that to have fun. Other than that, it's a mon. We have Dry Pass, so I can't really pass stats. There is Memento. It can be a Dragon Dancer, a Calm Minder. As I mentioned, Dry Pass. I can Agility up. I can Recover. I have Recover slash Roost. I don't know if Roost works against like Levitate. Not certain, but then we got T-Wave, Trick, Toxic. Just a whole lot of things that this mon can do. Um, but yeah, let's go into our A tier, Clefable. Uh, it's got Magic Art. It can be unaware. There's so many things it can run. It can be a aromatherapy. I want to say Heal Bell is in this generation. Yeah, so it could be aromatherapy or Heal Bell user. It does have Baton Pass, but again, Dry Pass. It has Ice coverage. It has let's see, Focus Blast coverage at least. Why does Clef have dual Wing Beat? Okay. It has, it's obviously a fairy type. That's always good. Being mono fairy is really, really good. Flamethrower, Fire Blast, fire coverage is nice. It can be a Healing Wisher, which I don't think Latios can be. I know Latios can, but I'm pretty sure Latios can't. It can run Knockoff, which is dumb, but a thing. Shit, I can even run Meteor Mash for Dozing Fairies. YOLO. Um, Power Up Punch for that. Let's see, does it get Belly Drum? I think it gets Belly Drum. Yep, time to run Belly Drum. 1 week. That's a joke, but I don't know. It can be a rocker, solid rocker. I can run Calm Mind, Store Power, or I want to say it has the asshole. Uh, Cosmic Power. Yeah, it has Cosmic Power. I don't think it has Draining Kiss. Oh, it does have Draining Kiss, so I can run that. It can be a Trick user, Wish user, all these things. It has Teleport. Then we got Circuitry, our B tier. Um, it doesn't have Tail Glow. Tail Glow is not in the game this generation, unfortunately, but it still has things like Calm Mind. It has an insane social attack. Look at this. Without any investment, it's 382. That is high. You can dump everything into speed, have a Scarf, and you'll outspeed a lot of things and be stronger than most things still. T-Bolt, Volt Switch, obviously. In theory, Electrical Wall, but I don't think it actually gets much stronger than Thunderbolt at best. It has Energy Ball slash Grass Knot. It can run Dazzling Gleam. It has Hypnosis. I can run Magnet Rise. I can set up Weather even though I don't use it. But overall, it's a good mon. Very, very strong. Mono Electric isn't bad. It has only one weakness, and with these, although it isn't bulky, it's not necessarily like frail either. It'll eat a few hits. Then we got Blade. showing up. This mon was C tier. It was our first C tier pick. Obviously, you're gonna run Eviolite. It only has no guard, which I don't really think makes a difference on any of its moves outside of Swagger, Screech, Metal Sound. It can run, ooh, Accurate, Toxic, and Rock Slide. Ooh. Uh, but, but in all seriousness, uh, it has access to things like Gyro Ball slash Iron Head, Shadow Sneak's nice. It can be a Sword Stance user. Um, Toxic is nice. I don't think it gets Stealth Rock, no. But it still has access to Fighting type coverage and Sacred Sword. It's good. Oh, it got Close Combat. Forgot about that. Very, very good. Very, very nice. Um, I guess Fury Cutter kind of counts as bug coverage, but probably not gonna use that. I can use Solar Blade if I set up the sun. Then we got Vaporeon. This was our first points usage. I actually went through my first 4 tier picks before I actually moved on to points. I waited for my D tier until the final round, which didn't work out. Well, I tried to pick it at 9th round, but it got sniped before me, so I had to settle. Anyway, Vaporeon, solid water absorb user. That's pretty much all it'll use. I'm not using Hydration because that's bad. Another dry pass user. That's 3. Wow. Probably not running Curse, but it has Flip Turn. Haze is good. Heal Bell's good. As Wish. Skull's always good. Ice Coverage good. Shadow Ball could be a Stored Power user. Weather Ball if I run Weather, which I probably won't ever. Decent for counter weather, I guess. Yawn always great. Could be Acid Armor to just get bulky. So I could maybe run something like Acid Armor plus, I don't know. I don't think it doesn't get combined, so I don't think it has a way of maybe workup. It has workup, so I could raise my special attack. Acid Armor workup sounds bad, but we'll see what happens. Swagger's banned. Payday, make that money. Other than that, there's not much else to talk about. It's a Vaporeon. You kind of know what it's gonna do. It's always a good mon. You just gotta play it right. Porygon 2. This mon I love. I was contemplating taking it in the first round, but I was like, I don't think anyone's gonna pick him up. It was a C tier, very, very good C tier. Obviously, people run Tracer download. Analytic is also very good. Allows me to run a plethora of moves. I could run Skull Bash or Double Edge if I wanted to use, a physical one with like download. Has access to Foul Play, good. Pain Split is there, but you use Recover anyway. It has Psychic, it has Shadow Ball, good coverage. Thunderbolt, Ice Beam coverage. I don't think it gets a Grass type move. It has Solar Beam, so I mean that's a Grass type move. Other than that, it's just a mon that's usually pretty valued, and it's pretty good. It could even be like an agility download user. Just get it in at the right time. Do I have Nasty Plot? I don't think it gets Nasty Plot. I think it's Porygon Z that gets Nasty Plot. I don't have Calm Mind, so that's unfortunate. Let's see. Category. Status. If you can't tell, I am cold right now. It doesn't even get workup. What? Well, time to psych up some opponent's stats boosts. Lock on, nice. But that's mostly it. Those ones. Then we have Blaziken. We banned speed boost, so we have Blaze. There's so many things this mon got this generation. It got close combat over just using high jump kick. It still has Brave Bird. It's had that. People don't really think about that. Obviously, it has Flare Blitz, EQ. Those are good moves. Stone Edge and Rock Slide. But what's this? It got U-Turn. It also has Scorching Sand, but it got U-Turn. U-Turn on this mon, it deserved it for the longest time. It looks like it should have had it. And it's just insanely good on this mon. Could you imagine speed boost plays again with using U-turn? Then we got knockoff. This mon, just look at his stats. It's fire. This fire type mon is fire. Then we got Ride On. This is a mon that maybe later on in the season dropped for something, but overall still not bad. Um, Ground Rock obviously has two quad weaknesses among other weaknesses, but it is still a very bulky and very strong mon with 130 attack, 120 defense, plus CV Light on top of it. So even with no Spadef, like this goes to basically this. Well, actually, yeah, it's literally the same as that. 189 with EV Light. So, it's still very good. It has fighting coverage, ground coverage. It has special coverage because Gen 1. But it has things like Fire Punch, Avalanche, which isn't bad, Aqua Tail. Fighting type is, remember though, Body Press is not boosted by EV Light. Gotta remember that. Can run Facade, Hammer Arm, Earthquake, High Horsepower if they have Grassy Terrain, which I think someone did draft Grassy Terrain. Maybe 2 people, but I believe it was only 1. Obviously Rock type coverage. Scorching Sand if I want to try to fish for burns, even though it won't work. Smackdown is good to just, ground opponents. Yeah, T-Punch, Toxic, Stealth Rocks, SD. A lot of things this one can do. Dragon Tail, Roar. I'd say it's overall just good value. Then we got our bulky grass type Vileplume. It was another C tier. I pretty much went all C tier for my points in one B tier. Blaziken being the B tier. That's kind of the way it was set up. Good grass coverage. It has Strength Sap and Moonblast. Very, very good. It can be a Sleep Powder user. Unfortunately, it does not get Weather Balls, so a Chlorophyll one is not very good. But still decent. Still a decent enough mon. I was able to, with this draft, get both a Fire, Water, Grass core and a Fairy Dragon Steel core, which I like. Among other things you could look at and say are cores. Then we got Xatu. I was wanting Articuno. I was gonna draft Articuno in the 9th when I drafted Vileplume, but it got sniped like 4 picks before me, and I was like, no one was gonna draft that mon, and it got sniped just before when I was actually gonna draft it. The reason I say is Articuno has such really good defenses and bulk. Like Xatu's nice for Magic Bounce, but it kind of dies to a lot of things. But we'll see what happens. As Exus, it can be a Wish Passer, so I have 2 of those. It is pretty much like the only defogger I have. That's also why I wanted Articuno to be a good defogger. You're not really gonna use Synchronize or Early Bird, especially with Magic Bounce. But oh, it's cold. Haze, Heat Wave, not bad. Nightshade, I use Future Sight? I don't think I can. I can use Future Sight, so that's another thing I can use. I didn't want to double down on too many types, but I believe this was the only one that I actually had to double down on, as only Dragon type, only Fairy, only Electric, only Ghost, only Steel, only Water, Normal, Firefighting, Ground Rock, Poison, Grass. This one is just, I would have gone Ice, Flying, which would have meant none of my mons shared a type, which would have been interesting for a 10 Pokemon draft, but not impossible. Unfortunately, this one kind of had to share a Psychic type with Latios, but that's not too bad. I've kind of been just like talking hella quick, but with that, I'm going to move on to the schedule. So here we go. The Fresno Firebirds Season 4 schedule. We have our S tier, our captain, Latios right there. So week 1, we play the Raleigh's Raging Reggies, Arch Avenger, his coach. He has he went Reggies. His whole gimmick was drafting all 6 of Reggies, and you'll see his if you're not following the league, you'll see his team logo soon enough. But yeah, it's funny. But yeah, he has 6 Reggies, which actually, like, when you look at it, Regigigas isn't that bad now. it's we maybe undervalued it in F tier, but it's not that big a deal. Um, it's still a really good mon, or I think it's a much better mon than it was before. It's actually viable. What with protect and rest becoming available. Um, yeah, so that's a big boost. Obviously they don't share types. They have, four of them have a glaring weakness fighting, and the other two don't have a resistance. So with that, he actually drafted like I want to say Mungus, and he like dropped him on for Gengar just so he probably doesn't die to fighting types just off the bat. So they actually have decent synergy, better than you think with his team. Because he can either just go full bulk, which makes it harder for you to break through, but I'd say harder for him to threaten you. But then he can either go like throw in 2 or 3 hyper offense mons, and then it's actually like more threatening to you, easier to break through, but harder to like switch into. Then we got the Detroit Duats. This man, M-Man, this is actually his first draft as far as I know. He might have done doubles in the past, but I believe he's only never done draft. He is like a VGC kind of guy. So said he hasn't played singles in quite a while. So it's interesting to see how he does. Pulling for him like Arch last year. He actually that was his like first time ever doing draft. He hadn't played singles I think in a while, or maybe he did. He just hadn't done draft. So no, it doesn't mean you're out. Then week 3 we play against the Gemini Gemstones and Kim. She kind of her thing was just like trying to get mons who had stones in them. Want to point out her mascot is a Sableye, as is Monkeys, who we play the following week. Another new player. So literally in our first 4 games, we actually have 3 new players. Fantastic. And then we play, Red and the Georgian Greninjas. I don't quite remember too much about his team. I actually think most teams in this draft actually had like a really good draft, so it's actually going to be hard to tell who's going to break apart from everyone else. Then we got the Sin City Sword Stance. I want to point out, I actually like fixed the Detroit Duats logo. I actually made the Gemini Gemstones, the Rockport Stabilize a logo. Camel made the Raging Reggie's logo. You'll have to see it. It is fantastic. I made the Sin City Swords Dance logo. It was very basic, but it was like, we had to have something for it. I like how it looked, at least how the header or uh, whatever the hell the name is, where that goes. But yeah, so that's gonna be Embiid, not Joel Embiid, unfortunately. But we're gonna, we welcome him into the league just the same. Another new player. So in my first 6 weeks, that's 4 new players. Then we go against Bruins, who I think we're 1-1 against in like between season 2 and 3. The Brisbane Blastoise, which I actually misspelled Brisbane at first, so I had to kind of go back and edit it. That's why Brisbane and Blastoise kind of like are grouped together so close, but it's fine. So King Dartha, uh, his team, I don't really remember too much about it, but I just remember it looked cool. Then we got the Chicago Shamans. I forgot the S. Oh well, who cares? Panda and the Chicago Shamans. Another guy, he was complaining. He's like, "Why do all the people I got so good?" And I'm like, just how the divisions worked out. He so I'm in the Pearl division, so we have Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum division, and so I actually made these kind of like sheets for everyone in the league. The Diamond have kind of like a dark blue background. The Pearl, we have this pink one, and the Platinum kind of have like a gray background. I kind of like it. It's a bit too simplistic maybe, but overall I can't really hate on how it came out. I like it too much. But yeah, that's mostly it. This has been kind of like a faster me running through recording. Um, uh, what to expect for the draft league. We're starting games up, but because the holidays coming up, so people wanted to draft sooner, so we did the draft. We started up with the draft, early. We were going to do it in December, but We ended up doing it early just because we had kind of everything settled and we had 18 people. People were kind of like, "No, let's do it now." And we're like, "Well, we only finished the league like a month ago." They're like, "No, no, we're doing it now." And I'm like, "All right, that's fine." So with that, we also had to kind of rush the belt that we got Shadow, which is also why he wanted to delay the draft a few days so he could get his belt in and make a video with it. Could have done that still after starting the draft, but nice little trophy. Kind of shows that, hey, this is what we're going to be trying to do from now on, at least as far as we can tell for the future. um so this week, hoping to be able to do a meet the coaches and a draft breakdown kind of separately, likely. So we'll be doing like a meet the coaches of the diamond division, the pearl division, the platinum division. Go over their teams, go over their schedule, kind of make like promos for them or something maybe. Just make them look as cool as possible. Um, and then of course, within the coming weeks, hopefully sometime next week, I'll have my week 1 or game 1 at least, video out against Arch and the Raleigh's Raging Reggies. His body is ready. But other than that, I guess I'll be getting out of here. Anything else? Oh, I am going out of town this Friday to go play in a Dragon Ball Super Card Game tournament. Is a PPG Invitational 32 man. Me and friends are going. Hopefully, I can finish my recording for what did I call it? Conquest Analysis. I've had it recorded. I've had the games recorded, just not the audio recorded, for weeks. Sorry, I had to pause the recording. But yeah, I'm gonna be getting out of here. Everyone have a good night and look forward to the future.